Yes.
which it needs to have. I had been a Republican, for 40-some years. I can't tell you I've always had the best relationship with the party, as you may recall. The little statement like, don't ever darken the doorstep of the White House, something like that. And yeah, well, it's because I would, constantly be arguing with them, constantly be fighting with them, almost always over money on open borders. By the way, holy mackerel, did you see today, this guy from Fort Collins and his wife are vacationing in Texas on it's a huge reservoir there that spans the border. He was killed by what they are calling pirates on a lake that's half in the United States and half in Mexico. They were chasing him. They shot him in the back of the head. They were shooting at her. The Mexican government said they can't get to the body because they're in a firefight with these pirates. This is this is not off the coast of Ethiopia. This is on our southern border. The issue of immigration is an important one. It's an important one, and it will be an extremely important one for the governor of the state of Colorado and every other state, because the federal government has walked away from that. Yes, Nancy.
The person that happened to, I don't know if anybody in here knows Deb Elliott. She's with the Northern Colorado Tea Party. And she designed my website, and Tom's probably met her. She knows that family, and she called myself and some other people this morning and asked us to get out the word as much as we possibly could, because the man's body is trapped there in Mexico, and they need help getting it out. The wife almost didn't make it out alive, she said, and the family's uncle, she goes to church with them. So she's looking for anybody that can just spread the word around. Just hoping maybe Breitbart or somebody could put pressure on the federal government. I told her, well, Tom, if he hasn't already, probably, is going to be getting involved. But anyway, so just spread the word around and pray for their family.
Yeah. Thank you, Nancy. I did not know that. And we should, in fact, do exactly that. We should be demanding from our government, the Constitution of the United States, guys, the Constitution. I mean, every time I've taken an oath, whether it was in the Congress of the United States or in the state legislature, Cliff and I took the same oath. And by the way, it's the same oath whether you take it here as a member of the state legislature or in the Congress of the United States. And in that oath, there's not a single word about the president. You're not taking an oath to the president. You're not taking an oath to a party, to a political party. You are taking an oath to defend, uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. And that is, I assure you that is an allegiance I hold higher than any other to parties or anything else. That is the important thing we should all think about all the time, because it is the most brilliant document in so many ways. And the brilliance of it is that it establishes a relationship between government and the people. And it different than had ever happened on the face of the earth until it was written. Because in that document, the power comes from the people, not from the government. And we have, for so many years, continued to erode that concept. And it is up to us. I want to be, along with other governors, and there are 3 or 4 that I can't wait to join up with. Christie from New Jersey is great guy. Governor of Arizona. I mean, there are several governors that I can't wait to join in a league with and say, look, you guys, let's the 3, 4, 5, however many there are of us, let's lead a 10th Amendment revolution in this country. Let's explain to all the people in this country who don't know what the Constitution is all about, don't understand it. Let's explain to them where the power comes from, how it's got to be taken back from the federal government. I got into a lot of trouble Not surprisingly, of course, for something I said. In this case, it was to the Tea Party National Convention in Nashville, Tennessee. Right? I spoke in the morning, and Sarah Palin was the keynoter in the evening, and I simply said, this little thing. I don't know why I really got so upset. I said, you know, the fact that we do not have a civics literacy test in order to vote, and the fact that people vote in this country who can't even spell the word vote or say it in English, has put a man in this office, the President of the United States, who is a dedicated socialist ideologue. Because nobody knew, you see? You look, when you remember all the people they would question during the campaign, and they go and say, why are you supporting Barack Obama? Well, he's a great guy. Well, what exactly do you like about him? Well, he's a good speaker. Well, and they would go on and they'd make actually fun of it, and they'd say, and I've forgotten who it was, Howard Stern, if you can imagine, and he was in Harlem, and he was going around saying, so you're for Barack Obama? Oh yeah, absolutely. So well, even though he supports a ban on all abortions. Yeah, okay, that's be all right. So you're for him even though he wants to keep the troops in Iraq. Yeah, sure, okay. You're for him. Do you like his running mate, Sarah Palin? Yeah, she's great. And you listen to this, and you're thinking, these people vote. Holy mackerel! Can you? That's why. And, they procreate, and we're going to have people that are doing this. I mean, it's just nuts. This is crazy. These people, because they don't know anything about our government. They don't know anything about the Constitution. They don't, and they didn't care. It didn't matter. None of those things matter. That's a danger. It's a great danger. And so I want to, along with other governors, I want to sort of ring the clarion call about what the 10th Amendment is all about. It's important. People should know it. People should understand it. And I've got a lot of other responsibilities as a governor, I know. And believe me, we will attack each one of the areas that we have to deal with. Folks, in order for us to be successful, not just in this race, but I mean in this state, in order to deal with the situation we have confronting us, the economic situation, the recession that we are not climbing out of, like the other states, like many other states are doing, the jobs that are going away, the jobs that are being driven out of the state, the jobs that are being taken by people who are coming into the state illegally, the wage rates that are being depressed by people who are coming into the state illegally, taking jobs, and working for much less. All of these things have got to be attacked and can be, but it will take guts. Now, I have to ask you something that you're going to have, only you can answer this, how you feel about it in your heart of hearts. If you know that in order to get us out of the situation we're in and back onto a road to prosperity in Colorado, if you know that that's going to mean taking on the unions, the public employee unions, teachers unions, taking on some of the most powerful forces in the state of Colorado. And you recognize that unless we do this, the boat is sunk. I mean, we cannot afford to continue down the path with para. It's got to change. It's got to change pretty dramatically. The entire kind of system of payment, of salary and benefits, these things have got to be dealt with. Do you believe, in your heart of hearts, do you believe John Hickenlooper will attack any of those things?